This is the plaintiff, Robert Johnson. He says he was unfairly taken advantage of by the defendant, who sold him a junk car. He won't stand behind the sale or make good on the repairs it needs, and that's not right. Bottom line, he wants a refund because he was lied to and is suing for the $5,000 he's now owed. This is the defendant, Assad Fazal. He says the plaintiff is a young kid who doesn't know what he's doing. He didn't register the car in the required 45-day period, and it wouldn't pass inspection because it had no plates. He tried explaining things to the defendant. The guy's as stubborn as they come. Maybe the judge will be able to get through to him today. Owe him a full refund? Yeah, right. He's accused of ripping off a kid.
All parties, please, as you're ready. Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Johnston.
Yes,
you
Your
bought
Honor.
a car from the defendant, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much did you pay?
I paid $2,400.
And what
after
kind of
taxes,
car
Your
was
Honor.
it?
It was a 2001 Mitsubishi Eclipse.
What day did you purchase it?
I purchased the car on October 3rd of 2019.
All right. And what goes wrong with it?
I took the car out of the dealership, ended up drove it around for a bit of time, ended up the check engine light came on. Before I was even able to bring the car back to him, the car started leaking oil significantly.
Okay.
Yes.
So what happened?
He had said that the check engine light was due to an O2
You brought it to
sensor.
him?
Yes. To an authorized mechanic that he had
The check engine light was due to what?
an O2 sensor that
Okay.
was needed to be replaced that I was told that was already replaced.
Okay, had you already replaced the O2 sensor?
O2 sensors were replaced on this car.
Before he
but-
bought it?
Correct, but that's not why the check engine light turned on.
Okay, why was the check engine light on?
So, on the day after he purchased the vehicle, he sent me a picture of the check engine light on, and he says, I filled up gas, I might have a loose gas cap. So I told him to come by, I will check it out, and that's what it was. It was because of the gas cap, the light
So
came
did
on.
the check engine light go off?
Correct.
And then it went back on?
Yes, at that
Okay,
point.
and when it went back on, did he bring it back to you?
I don't know about any time it going back
Okay, so
on.
it goes back on, and what happens? When you refer him to a mechanic, who is that mechanic?
So it's a local mechanic that I deal
You
with.
do business.
Because he
All right,
wanted
so
to do.
why do you refer him to the mechanic? Because of the oil leak complaint?
No, because he wanted to do some exhaust work on the vehicle.
What's exhaust work?
So he wanted to change out the mufflers
And
on
do
the
what with
car.
it?
Just to make it louder, customize it.
Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor, but as well as I made sure that it was clear that any exhaust work that was to be done on the car, the oil leak was to be fixed first, which I do have text
Okay,
messages.
here's what I want to understand, all right? The oil leak, you take the car to the mechanic, he directs you to, he says, this is the guy I do business with, take it over there. So you go over there, and what is it you have done by him first?
The first thing that we have done is the crankshaft seal.
Okay. Is that crankshaft seal covered under warranty?
Yep, and we paid for it.
Okay. Is it true they paid for it?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Who paid for it?
It came out of my pocket, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have proof that you paid for it?
Yes.
Do you have proof you paid for it?
Well, when we...
Yes or no? Do you have proof you paid for it?
No.
Okay. So show me the proof you paid for it, and how much was it?
So the only thing I have that shows that I paid for work done was the 16th of October for $217 worth of work to be paid for.
What does it say, though, was the work?
It's just the bank statement, Your Honor.
Okay, that's not going to help me. Where's your receipt from the mechanic
So-
that tells you what you had done?
I don't have
You're
it.
in court suing for that.
Yes,
Cost
Your
of
Honor.
repairs. How are you going to prove to me what was that the repair? See, he only has to pay for things that were covered under warranty.
Right.
You bought a used car, but you have a warranty.
Right.
It has to be in the first 30 days, and it has to be an engine and transmission problem because that's the only thing that you have warranted. So I need to see what the repairs were to divvy out what it is that's under your warranty and what it is that's your responsibility. You see?
Yes.
So how do you come to court without the actual receipt from the guy that
the only
explains
receipts,
everything he did?
The only receipts that were ever given to me was non-itemized receipts that didn't even place prices or anything associated with those receipts.
But why do you shouldn't permit that? You're young. How old are you?
22, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's a baby. But if you're gonna, he doesn't just have to pay for everything that goes wrong with the car. You know that, right?
Understood, yes.
Right. So you know when the guy's giving you that receipt, you say, oh no, you need to itemize it so that we can now figure out what part is his and what part is mine. Show me whatever you got from, how long was the car at the mechanics?
It's still
What?
current. Yes, Your Honor.
Why is it still at the mechanics?
We're waiting on information regarding a additional part that I need for it to pass the inspection. It's, yeah.
Okay, but the thing had passed inspection right before you sold it, right?
Correct. We already did the inspection right before we sold
What?
it.
How did it fail?
I couldn't tell you. The unfortunately part is
You
that the
say that it's the exhaust that he put on.
Correct.
Is he? Show me the failure. Take your time. Don't panic.
No,
Take
Your
a-
Honor.
you don't have the failure.
They ended up the failed paperwork. They had taken it back the day.
Who's they?
Assad and the additional mechanics that were there.
Did you take
during-
back a failed paperwork, a failure?
No, that's
Okay,
incorrect.
so why would you release something that you need in order to pursue your case? Why would you hand it to other people? I mean, take a picture of it and send them the picture, but why would you release the actual paperwork? Who failed you?
The mechanic shop that it's still currently being at, that he's business partner.
Is that guy asking you to pick up your car or no?
He's actually not returning any of my phone calls, any of my texts. I have proof of that. He's left me on red multiple days now. Assad had even texted me on the behalf of the mechanic, and when I reached out to the mechanic, even after that,
this is your mechanic that you sent him to. I'd like an understanding of what repairs have taken place, and I want to see what they are. Why is your mechanic so bush leagued that he doesn't itemize what the stuff is? What is this?
So it's not technically my mechanic. It's a mechanic I referred to.
Okay, so let me see what that mechanic has written up. You have something from him?
So the first receipt he actually sent me was just a regular receipt.
Let me see
saying-
it.
I'll show it to you. So on the receipt it states,
It's just a piece of paper.
and that's what he
but
sent
this is
me.
not like legit
Correct.
mechanical. You know, there's laws that govern when you're doing mechanical work on automobiles in New York. Like this is what is this?
That's all he sent me. He said, if you could pay for the oil leak. I said, okay, no problem.
So this
We'll
is
pay for it.
exhaust parts. Why would you be? I'm sorry.
This is everything that he did at the mechanic that
The
day.
exhaust parts, exhaust labor, cam seal, pan gasket, oil change, fix trunk latch, install hatch, something. Do you have that? It's a yellow piece of paper. Looks like this.
yes, I have that one.
Okay,
That's
let me
for
see
the
that.
515, correct?
Good belts, good. Need struts and links. Okay, and that's $515.
Correct.
What there did you pay for?
$135 for the cam seal and the oil gasket.
And what did you pay?
I actually paid the whole 515.
Okay, prove to me you paid the whole
I paid
$515.
$300 cash.
Okay, you're gonna need to show me receipts, son, and show me that you paid it. You show me that you paid it.
We
What is
just
wrong
went-
with you people? You're in court. You don't think I'm gonna ask you to prove your cases? Seriously.
Correct.
What do you think is, okay, I need you to stop. Okay, I mean, the time to help your son was before now. Is this your son, your boyfriend, who is he?
Son.
Okay, I don't understand. You walk in here with your hands like this and your hands like this and your poor mother stuck looking through paperwork. If you paid something, prove it. If you paid something, prove it. What's going on? Why would you think a judge is not going to ask you, prove you paid it? How could you think I'm not going to ask you that if it's under the warranty?
I have proof that I paid $217 worth of that, and the rest was in cash.
Show it to me.
The two for the BP.
217.25.
This is just a text. Like, where is the actual stuff?
I don't know.
What is your mom suggesting?
No, my bank statement just came up, so I was just going to show you the actual bank statement. of
Okay,
the
show me,
transaction.
now you're going to show me the actual bank statement. It's going to show a payment to Delta?
No.
What is it gonna show a payment
Delta,
to?
for whatever reason, that's the receipt paper they were using. The Delta is associated with the BP. So I'm not sure where they got their receipt paper from, but that was what was issued to me from BP.
Mom, step up a second. Let me ask you a question. Have you gone with them to BP to see when the car is going to be released and what's going on?
Yes, I have.
What do they tell you?
They basically said they had to take apart the engine 2 times to fix it,
To fix what in it?
the oil leak. There was a significant oil leak, multiple times.
Why would you have to open up an engine to fix an oil leak?
They had to take it apart, do the seals.
Okay,
Then,
I'm going to need the BP guy So somebody somebody able to get him on the phone?
He does not
avoiding
return
me
my calls
completely.
anymore. I called
You
some.
call him. Is this your phone?
Correct.
Okay.
I called
Hand him the
some
phone.
places.
Stop talking. Get this guy on the phone. I need this guy on the phone.
That's a big-
Thank you.
So she wants to speak to him.
You want him to start the call, Your Honor, or do you want to start the call?
I don't care. What do you think will be more effective?
You go
Okay.
ahead.
Is it on speaker?
Yep.
Hi.
Hi, Sonny.
Hello.
Hi, Sonny. This is Judge Marilyn Milian from the People's Court.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. He's handed me his phone. We're here in the middle of our trial, and no one here knows what the heck is going on, so I want to hear it directly from you.
Alrighty, no problem.
Okay, great. So he brings the car to you in October, and he asks you for a different, like souped up or whatever exhaust system, correct?
Yes.
What other work did you do on the car?
We took care of the oil leak.
Who paid for the oil leak?
Assad paid for the oil leak.
How much did he pay?
I'm not in the office right now. Top of
Okay.
my head, probably close to 500 probably.
500 for an oil leak?
I'm not in the office, that's the thing.
Would an oil leak cost $500?
That was probably the whole receipt, 500.
How much is owed to you right now?
His mom owes me a balance of 1,100.
Why his mom?
Well, she said she was taking responsibility to pay the bills.
Okay, so what you're saying is that this car owes you $1,100. What is that $1,100 for? Can you tell me?
It was for a timing belt, water pump, timing belt, crankshaft seals.
Do you have a receipt you're looking at that you're reading off of?
Yes, I have.
Can you do me a favor and will you text that to Assad's phone?
Sure, I'll text it right now.
Text that right now, but don't hang up on me because you're the first person giving me information.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Okay,
Did you get it?
hold on. That one says timing belt, water pump, and these were done on what date?
The date that's on the receipt, like 3 or 2 days before that date.
Okay, so this says date in 12/4, date due 12/4, but you think it went in, but definitely in December, not in October. Okay, Mr. Johnson, how would any of this that's still outstanding be his responsibility to pay if this is all stuff that happened after the 30-day warranty?
So actually, from what I read on New York State, any vehicle under 80,000 miles, which was this vehicle, is covered under a 60-day warranty. And on top of that, this is a recurring issue that I've been bringing back the car for.
Okay, so let me see where you brought it to Sonny, or to Sonny, right? Where you brought the stuff that you did in December, is that stuff that he had brought to you in October or November that you were redoing?
No, it's just, this is.
Is this all new stuff?
That's the new stuff. That's what it. That's
Okay, how are you going to prove, son, that it's recurring stuff when your own mechanic that you took it to, I know he referred you to him, but your own mechanic says this is new stuff. So how are you going to prove that it's recurring stuff, son?
So I have text messages, contacts between Assad, the mechanic, and an additional mechanic that was working on the vehicle at the time,
At what time?
all through the recurring.
Okay, so you
instances.
show me what you have in October and November
This is all October and
that would
November.
shed some light on whether this was recurring or not. Sonny, stay with me a second, can you?
It's November 4th.
working.
Okay. I thought you said you weren't at the shop.
For me?
Yeah.
No, I'm at the shop working right now.
Oh, well then how come you told me earlier I'm not at the shop when I asked you for something?
No, I said I'm not in the office.
Oh, okay, okay.
I have text messages dating back to the 20th from one of the mechanics of why the car is still in the shop.
And here's October 7th.
Okay, give me 1 second, I'm sorry.
October 7th.
And then, October 7th.
Okay, I'm sorry, Sonny, I do have a question. I see a text between you and him. Is it Sonny or Johnny?
I believe that was Johnny.
Johnny's one of my workers.
Okay, where one of your workers texts him on Halloween on October 31st, I have to kind of rebuild the upper half of the engine where the cams are.
Yeah, the top intake had to come off. The valve cover gaskets had to come off. That's a different job. That was in the beginning.
Right, and at the beginning, what was that? What job was that for?
Those were cam seals. There was an oil leak from the top that we had to change.
Okay, so would that be on the bill that says 515 where it says cam seal and the other thing?
Yeah, that's cam seal. That's the one that Assad took care of.
Okay.
On the top.
So according to him, he paid you $135. Okay, I got you. Give me 2 seconds. I'm almost done with you. I'm sorry. I appreciate your time. Okay. Son, you have sent me texts that do nothing to help your case. They basically, you're getting him to agree to pay the exact things that he says he paid and that the mechanic says he paid. Everything else that you've done would either, it needs to be under the warranty period. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hang up with you, Sonny. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, so now what I need from you is any bills that you maintain he needs to pay under warranty, because if he doesn't need to pay them under warranty, you need to pay them, and that's why you don't have a car, because you haven't paid them.
We can't register the vehicle, ma'am.
You're beyond, you don't have a vehicle. So whether you registered or not is like bizarre to me, because you have been driving the vehicle and bringing it in and out according to the mechanic. Why didn't you register the vehicle before driving it?
When I had purchased the vehicle, as soon as the check engine light came on, it was unfortunately already too late for me to go to DMV. On the next day that I was able to go to DMV, I had already brought the car to the mechanic. At that point, I was waiting for the car to be done.
I'm sorry, do you need the car in order to register it?
I didn't want to register anything until the car...
Okay, so you chose not to register it. All right. And now I saw, what was the deal with the registration? Like I saw some fugazi
That's where all the issues...
text back and forth between you guys where you said, I'll change the paperwork, we'll change the date
Correct.
so that you can register it. And did he ever bring you the paperwork?
No, he
Or
has-
did you ever do that, or what happened?
So I told him I'll redo the paperwork because he passed the deadline to register the vehicle within
That's what it
45
was.
days.
He didn't register the vehicle in the 45 days.
So we transferred his original plates onto the car. We gave him temporary registration, insurance, everything set to go. They go to the DMV December 19th.
Why did you wait so long to go to the DMV?
The first time I went to the DMV was the 29th, unfortunately.
Of what?
Of November, when I had finally gotten the car back out of the shop. All the oil leaks at that point were
You
completely
had the car more days than zero between October 3rd and November 20th.
No, Your Honor, I was continually bringing the car back and forth.
Continually means you have the car more days than zero. If you're going back and forth, which is exactly what your mechanic says, going back and forth, then you have the car more days than zero. Why didn't you register the car? You let the thing expire. That is a you problem. It's not a him problem. Now, what has to happen now to resolve that? So let's assume she pays the money.
Correct.
How is it that she can register the car?
So I could redo the paperwork only if it passes emissions again. So emissions has to be done within 30 days.
Within 30 days of what?
Registration.
No, but wait, what comes first? You do the paperwork,
I can't do the paperwork until emissions passes again.
and then if it passes, what?
And then I do the paperwork again. He's able to register the vehicle.
Okay, I am making part of my order that you accommodate him that way.
Correct.
Can I
Okay,
say something?
yeah.
In order for the car to pass inspection, we need something called an EGR tube. Unfortunately, those parts are discontinued. I have a place that could make one. I've been texting Sonny for a long time, asking him, please give me
Okay, you got a lawsuit
dimensions.
against Sonny then, but these are things that do not concern
I
me.
don't want a lawsuit.
Well, I know, I don't want a lawsuit either, but that's what I do all day.
We're okay with taking the car. It's not even about the money. I would like-
It seems to be about the money because at
Well-
some point, Sonny's going to start charging you storage fees. You need to get the car out of there.
And when I was there and he did this receipt, I did try and give him a partial payment, and he wouldn't accept it. And I
Okay,
don't know why.
okay, so now do you have the
Gotcha.
$1,100? Because unless you're able to show to me that part of that bill is on him, let me tell you what's not going to happen. You're not going to get your money back, all right?
That's
what
fine.
you have a right to is what you have a right to, which is 60 days of engine and transmission. Not anything else, just engine and transmission. So I look at the stuff you brought me, and the one thing I see that for sure has to do with engine and transmission is the stuff he already paid. So pay Sonny and get your car. The fact that you don't have the car is on you, not on him.
Can I say one thing, please?
You can.
I would just like the measurements of that little part that we need, so that
From
we can-
whom?
From Sonny, so that we
Okay,
could just.
you understand you're not suing Sonny,
I know
right?
that. I don't
So
like-
you're gonna, I don't even. Has he blocked you? What's going on?
I keep texting and he just doesn't answer.
Okay, get Sonny back on this phone. I want him back on. He's not going to answer now. Tell him it's you. Text him and tell him, Sonny, I'm going to call you now. It's not the judge, it's me.
We'll take the car. We're fine with that.
You can't take the car unless you pay for the car.
Understood. I don't have a problem.
So then, okay, wait. Why do you even need Sonny?
Because I need the measurements for that part.
Why don't you just pay Sonny, take the car, and get the measurements from your next mechanic?
The car's not registered. There's no plates on. We can't drive it.
These are all you problems, ma'am, because you guys had a certain amount of time to register it, and the car was in his possession, and Sonny Boy over here didn't get it registered. Okay? Did he answer? He did? All right. Sonny, I didn't think you were going to answer, so I made him call you. I appreciate it. Listen up. She says, I just need one favor from you. Apparently, there's some part that the car won't pass inspection without, that she knows a machine shop, I guess, that'll build it, and she needs some measurements. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The EGR tube.
The EGR tube?
EGR tube. In order to get the measurement, the tube is over in the back of the motor.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to get that on your own. All right, no, we're done. I got you, honey. Thank you, I got it.
But I don't
All right,
have a
no,
tube
we're
to
done.
look
Here's
at.
what's going to happen. You want your car, there are things you got to do. You got to pay Sonny, you got to get your car, you got to take it to a mechanic you like, and then you got to ask the mechanic to do all that, because he's not going to take apart the motor in order to give you a measurement. That's not happening. I thought I could help you out with that, but I can't.
He said he would. That's why.
Okay, well, maybe that was before you'd left the car there for all this time and not paid him. So now he's not so
I've
cooperative.
reached out to
I don't
him.
want to hear another word.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
So, if you are unable to show to me, which I think you are, unable to show to me any other covered warranty expenses, then there's nothing else that you can get out of that man. So my verdict in this case is for the defendant. My advice to you is, so that you do not lose all of your investment, is that you pay Sonny and get the car away from him, get it towed to your mechanic, and figure yourself out. Okay. I am asking you, whatever it is you can do to help this man register the car,
Definitely.
please do, so you can help the man register the car.
That's all we wanted.
Well, I know, but no, that's not all you wanted. What you wanted, man, was $5,000, and the registration is a you problem, not a him problem, so it's a favor, right? It's a
Understand.
favor. Okay.
But we weren't
Good
getting
luck, everybody.
Stop. It's all right, whatever.
Well, unfortunately for the plaintiff, this turned out to be a purchase of a car that became a headache for everybody involved. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to fix the car and drive the car. Thank you.
Well, you got to pay the mechanic where the car is, right?
Yes, it's all right. We'll figure it out.
What have you learned from all of this?
Don't trust businessmen.
Well, no, I mean, he seems like a fairly good guy. All right, thank you very much. Good luck to you. I'm sorry you're having problems. And Mr. Vizal, I'm sorry you've had problems too and got involved in this. You did your part, though, it seems like.
I try to do everything I could to help him out.
Okay. As far as getting it registered, you'll help him there too, right?
Definitely.
Good enough. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your help. Okay, Harvey?
Okay, Doug, look, we have talked about this before, but even when you buy a used car or truck or whatever, you have a right, even if they say it's an as-is sale, to say, nope, I want a warranty. Get a limited warranty if you want one, get something. But you have a right to ask for it, even if they say as is. And if you feel uncomfortable about that and they won't do it, walk away.